The book Dragon's Lair. Oh shit! Fuck's sake! Another one fell in. Fuck. I gotcha. Don't worry. Easy does it, just keep your head up. I gotcha. You're okay now. Get you to the shore. And there. Ugh. You really took a tumble, didn't you? Well, you look like you're okay. Don't seem to be any worse for wear. Save for... good. You're coughing up and spitting out that water. That's good, you don't want any of that in your lungs. I'm surprised at you though. The waves are getting particularly choppy. And with the waves, I'm surprised you didn't drown before I could get to you. You're a resilient little human, I'll give you that. Oh. Yeah, I'm tall. What of it? Well, you're welcome. Next time you ought to be more careful. I don't think in taking that much water is good for your brain. Alright. I suppose since I saved you, we ought to introduce each other. Hi, I'm Nessia. I'm from Scotland. Am I the Loch Ness Monster? Aye, the same. I do a bit of lifeguarding here and there. Now what about you? What do they call you, human? Ah, I see. That's a good name. It's a fitting name. It suits you. So, question, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but I'm honestly curious. How did you end up taking a tumble into the deep waters, to the point where you needed rescuing? Again, you don't have to answer me if you don't want to, but I won't judge you. Oh, I see. So you were trying to impress some friends of yours by diving off the high dock. I don't know if that was either really brave or really stupid. So I'm gonna say that you made a stupid choice. Unless you're a professional swimmer, or a merfolk, or something like that, I don't think you should be making stupid risks like that. After all, if you hadn't aimed yourself just right, you could have hit the rocks below and scraped your head. And that wouldn't have been pleasant, or you could have gotten yourself stuck by a fire urchin. It was a mighty poisonous, And again, I suppose it's a good thing I came and saved you. You humans are certainly odd. You're interesting, but you're odd. Again. Not judging you, but... I mean, you do you. Don't I normally keep out of sight? I did, but then eventually I decided to make something of myself after the exchange bill came to pass. Besides, it got pretty boring around the loch, you know what I mean. So I started doing lifeguard work, and then I kind of ended up over here. I have a summer home here. That's where I'm staying at, but for the most part, uh, uh, I, I normally am at home in Scotland. After all, that's where I belong. It's my home sweet home, and I wouldn't wish for any other place. So, what about you, human? What do you do for a living? Oh, I see. So you're one of those who sits in a cubicle all day and crunches numbers. What's the name for that? I'm always forgetting. Accountant? Ah, aye, that's what it was. Yeah, accounting. Well, I'm glad you're working. I mean, I think everybody should find a way to make an honest, decent living. Well, I mean, you can't depend on anyone else. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. So, what's it like working in a cubicle all day? Ah, a little cramped. I can say it. I didn't think I'd ever be able to work in a cubicle. For one thing, I'm too big. I'll probably break the cubicle, and second, I get bored easy. At least with lifeguard, then not only am I near the water, but it's also exciting. You never know what's going to happen. And on my breaks, I like to go for a dip in the blue waters myself. After all, I like swimming. It's what I was made to do. It's how I was born. So, how are you feeling now that you got the water coughed up out of your lungs? You doing better? Aye. Starting to get a little salty though. You were so soaked with the water, you're actually... See? You got salt crystals growing on you. Imagine that though. I think it's pretty interesting at least. Have I ever grown salt crystals? Oh sure, lots of times. I'd be sunbathing after a nice swim and I'd lose track of time, and the next thing you know I got crystals in my hair of salt. You know, it's actually kind of funny. Have you ever heard how I got my loch? Well, funny story. So way back when I was but a wee lass, I had a pond that I liked to swim in. It was my pond, and it made me happy. It was full of flowers and lilies. It was just overall pleasant. But then I had some humans come in and, well, they chased me out. I spent a lot of time looking around for a new place to call me home, but none of them did the trick, or I got chased out again. Yeah, this was before everything changed with the interspecies exchange bill. Ugh, there's some telephone wires nearby. That's what's buzzing. Sorry. It should be over in a bit. Usually they only buzz when telegrams are being sent or the phone lines are being used. Oh, they went quiet. I guess whatever was happening, I guess the telegram went through or someone ended their phone call. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. I got chased out by the humans, and no matter where I went, I couldn't find a home that would suit me. Couldn't find any place to swim. And of course, I got frustrated and I wanted to cry, but I was told not to. Yeah, that's always a great idea. Eventually, though, in the middle of nowhere, I finally just lost it, and I cried for days, weeks, month and a half. Just trying to get it all out of my system. And then eventually, I woke up to see a loch. A massive pool of water that came from me tears. So, maybe it was supposed to happen. Either way, I got a new home and I don't know, some people could find a moral from it, I assume. I'm just glad I'm home, safe and sound. Hi! Hi, cat girl! Would you quit scratching at the dog posts? Sorry. I could hear her below us. That and also kind of smell her. Contrary to what people might think, I actually do have heightened senses. I have a really good sense of smell. I'm able to smell water really good. I don't know. I thought you might find that interesting. Anywho, looks like your friends are looking for you. Do you want to go back to them? Am I free later? Why do you ask? You want to go on a date with the Loch Ness Monster? Here I thought I heard everything. Well, can those eyes of yours get any bigger? You know what? I suppose. I think I'm free afterward. But I don't want to take you away from your friends, so maybe I'll meet you somewhere. Alright. Meet at the bar? How about we meet at this tavern? The Jolly Iron Leg Tavern. It's one of my favourite go-tos here. Alright. I'll see you around then. Human. What a strange person. Strange, but nice.